This question actually came from somebody that works in the medical industry, but it can be used anywhere. The question was, how do you measure customer satisfaction, and what's important to the customer? Well, let me talk a little bit about Likert scales. I couldn't find a video that I liked. They tend to cram about 2 minutes worth of information into 20 minutes, so I'm just going to make this one. Okay, this is a Likert scale. It's you've all seen it before. These surveys they take whenever you have some, stay at a hotel or something. So basically, ask. Let's take that first line: the quality of our brand, and they rate it very satisfied, very unsatisfied, neutral, satisfied. And you can you can quantify that. Very unsatisfied would be a 1, and very satisfied would be a 5, and you just record the scores from the different customers. So let's just focus on the quality of the brand, all right? So you had 10 people take the survey, right? First thing you notice about this group of numbers, there's an outlier there, number 1. Like all outliers, you try to explain it. Why doesn't he like our brand? Well, he doesn't like it because it's blue. He doesn't like the color blue for some reason. There's something stupid like that, but you got to be able to explain it. So when we take the average of those numbers, we end up with a perfect 4, right? Which sounds pretty good. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But 4 sounds really, really good, right? So then we want to figure out the standard deviation. Now use a sample because let's say we just had 10 out of 200 patients fill these out. And you want to make sure it's random. And let me give you an example. We're doing our strategic planning at the college. And one group went out and told the teachers, look, we want to sample some of the students. Pick out your best ones and have them come do a survey for us. Oh man, they walked on water, right? That's not the way you do it. So we went in, did it again. This time, everybody had to do a survey in that classroom, right? And we got totally different answers. So you want to be careful when you do this Likert. Make sure you're getting a random sample, both good and bad. And what you'll find generally is people do a survey if they like you a lot or they don't like you a lot. Think of Yelp, right? So how are you doing compared to the competition? Um, this is the web page for the American Productivity and Quality Council. You have to pay to be a member, uh, but they do all kinds of benchmarking. But you can do other things, on that Likert scale. Instead of just looking at how you're doing, ask the customer, what's the best you've ever had? How would you rate them, right? Um, so, the Army does that on force rankings. So when an officer gets his rankings, a 3 from an officer that normally gets a 2 is better than somebody that gets a 4 when the average range is about a 4.5. So it's all relative, right? The APQC will do that for us, but there are other ways too. There are other ways. Just be creative. The other thing I want to bring up about this group, they've been surveying customers for the last 50 years or so. So they always want to know what's the 3 most important things to customers, and it's always been the same 3: price. They want as cheap as possible. Quality. They want it to work, and service. They don't want to be stuck there by themselves, right? And think about it, we always buy the cheap one first. Try the cheap one first. We won't buy something that doesn't really work, and we really like it when something's broke and they come and fix it. It used to be selection. Everybody thought selection. Not so much, and I won't get into it, but I got a story about jam, an official study on that, and then I got my own story, anecdotal story on buying pickles at Walmart. But price, quality, service. Okay, this is another website I'm going to share with you. It's called Qualtrics, and what it is, it's a survey tool. So you can create a survey and it's free. That's why I'm cheap. So you can create a survey that's free, and you can email it, put it on your Facebook page, put it on your web page, however you want to do it, and send it out and have people answer it. And the fewer questions, the better. And again, let's go back to the 3 big ones. Ask them about price, ask them about quality, ask them about service. Don't ask 20, 30, 40 questions. Don't do that. People get tired of it and they just bored and just start clicking off boxes. And this will automatically tabulate all your surveys for you. You also want to make sure you give the people a chance to write in some answers. So that guy gave us a 1 before. You say, hey, why'd you give us a 1? I'm sure he would tell you because he's obviously upset about something, right? So this is a really good tool also for capturing the voice of the customer. I'm going to give you another source for benchmarking. This is the Baldrige Quality Award. It's run by NIST in the government. It's named after Malcolm Baldrige. He died about over 30 years ago in a rodeo accident. So this has been around for a while. And what you do is you can go to this site and take a look for an organization that's similar to yours, and take a look at their application. You get different metrics. They can tell you how they do their processes. They can tell you how they collect the voice of the customer. Very, very good. But you can benchmark and you can actually steal ideas from the winners. And most states have their own quality program. And it's very helpful. If you get a chance, you might want to think about being an examiner. And I think the other countries do. Most of the other countries. In fact, the last time I got a copy of the criteria, it came from the Philippines. But yeah, this is kind of cool. Like I said, if you get a chance, be an examiner. You get to see the world class. But it's a great place for benchmarking and also figuring out how they do voice of the customer. If you have any questions or want more detail on something, just ask, right? You can put in the comments, discussion, email me, just any way you want to. And I'll be glad to talk more about it. But try this. See if it doesn't help your organization.